Hello, everybody. I'm here. Dad's here. Johnny's here. And just a reminder that these voiceover-related videos are going to be posted as their own videos. Right now, we're doing our numbers section. And so what we'll do is this will be its own video. Todd's Tips will be its own video. And when we do a VO-related interview, that'll be its own video. So you can find those in the new playlists that are named Numbers, Todd's Tips, stuff like that. I have them on YouTube. We'll be putting videos in there. So if you're interested in VO-flavored videos, then look there.
Will they be on VO Marketing Pro's YouTube and website, and on the Father Son podcast, or just on VO Marketing Pro? Do we know yet?
So they'll be on our podcast.
Okay.
Or not, sorry. They'll be on the podcast's whole YouTube page. I don't know if VOMP will be doing it. We always post the numbers on the Facebook and stuff like that. So they'll be in the same spots that you can find them. They just won't be in our podcast that we produce anymore.
Within the podcast, yeah.
Within the realm of the podcast. It'll be on our original Father Son Voiceover Podcast YouTube page and Facebook.
Yeah, and we'll post what we can that's voiceover related. So if it's we can figure that all out with these with these changes. So we'll figure it out.
Maybe we'll try to stick something not voiceover related just to see if you're watching.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, tricky.
Anyway, we have got our numbers for this week, and this is the week of what is it today? Is it the 9th?
Yeah.
September 9th. So Johnny, why don't we start with VOMP?
All right. So we had 27 warm responses, 7 auditions, and 5 jobs.
Nice.
So we had, and Jennifer White reported some jobs
Retrospect.
this week. Yeah, in retrospect. Yep. It was nice of her to do that. So we're going to count that this week. It's she got 2 of them. So in retrospect, Noelle Romano, Kimberly Young, and then Jody Lebel, I believe that's how you say her last name, just booked another audiobook. She likes doing those, and we found a company that does a lot of those, and this is our second one so far, and she's liking that. So
a guy contacted me originally, and and I just don't have time to do audiobooks, but I'm so thankful that some people from our group picked that up and like to do it. Jody was one, and there was a gentleman.
Was it Greg that likes to? No,
Greg does audiobooks. You're right.
There was a couple other ones.
There was another
too.
gentleman,
I want to say Brian
gal.
Kamey, or maybe.
Yeah.
I apologize, Brian, if you're watching and you didn't do that, but there was somebody else in our group, and for some reason that came to mind. But
and I want to thank Kimberly, because I just got off the phone with her about a half an hour ago in the Facebook group. Kimberly Young.
Okay, Kimberly.
And it talks about a Facebook post talks about a referral, and this was a person, this client of mine contacted me several months ago, and it wasn't great pay, but he said he had a lot of work. I'm always a little bit nervous about that. I didn't know how it was going to go. I think he sent me about 30 scripts. They're $100 a crack. I can do them in about 10 minutes, and then Hudson does the editing for me. They wanted a female voice, and so Kimberly jumped on that, and she just got that job.
Nice.
She just booked a job today that she's doing right now, probably as we speak. So that's another one to add. I think she had a separate job, and then this is the job from the referral that she had an audition for.
Okay. We may have posted that one because I think you had said that you did that referral, but maybe this is when she actually booked it. Is that correct today?
Correct. Today she just booked it.
Okay. But we got a little bit of car ahead of the horse, but it sounds like that's good.
I was very thankful that I'm thankful for Jody and some of these folks that take on these, not that everybody has to take on lower paying jobs, but it's nice when I get a referral asking for a female voice or somebody else to do something, or something maybe that I can't do at this point in my career. I'm able to offer that to the VOMP folks, and they're coming through, and I really appreciate that, because honestly, that makes VOMP look good because we got great people. Yep. It makes me look good to my clients, because then we can pass along more opportunities for clients to use our good people and stuff like that.
Did I see right? Did somebody from VOMP, our VOMP group, other than Dad, give a referral to another person in our group, or was that just Dad?
That was Dad.
That we made it sound like that. Okay.
Well, we just
whatever.
Yeah.
It
was anonymous at that point.
Anonymous
She hadn't
at that
booked
time.
it yet.
Oh,
so,
okay.
exactly.
Yeah. So I had that wrong.
Yep. But off of what you were saying is that Bill DeWeese has done that. We've sent a job, not a referral necessarily, but he's booked a job with some person that has a little bit lower, but he just wants to work. And what we've seen, and you've seen when I was your assistant, is sometimes you'd book something for a little bit. Maybe it isn't exactly what you want, or what's the going price for what the script is or what the project is. But what you find is that you sometimes, because you work with them on that one, it's either more work and they're easy to work with, which that makes it nice, and it's not that big of a deal than to work for a little bit lower price, or you find that it's just that project and that specific client that has a lower paying job.
Yeah, exactly.
And so that's why we like, if you're flexible, that's really nice, because you might find some gems in there that aren't just, they might be low at first, but they might be something that really pay off, or at least they pay off in not difficult to work with.
Correct.
And lots of reoccurring work that's just great. And we've seen that in your business. Bill DeWeese does that and has done that with our group. You mentioned some other people. Audiobooks can be a way to become better and better with your craft, if you will. And so those kind of people are going to, you can see success other ways too, obviously, but it's nice to see people doing that, like you said, and it helps VOMP's name with the people that you work with, and then with just opportunities for people to work with other video production companies that we send out to. So
one of my best stories, and you know that, is I remember contacting an e-learning company in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and the owner, they were just starting out, the owner said, well, we can only pay about $16 a finished minute. Now, this was back in 2016. I was trying to get $20 a finished minute, but they had good scripts and they sent me stuff regularly, and so I just took it. Then remember, I got that audition and they pared it down for voiceover talent. I ended up winning it. It was for Royal Caribbean. I did all of their stuff for 3 years. It was $90,000 over 3 years.
Wow.
And that started out with a low-paying client. Now, they didn't pay great, but their scripts were good. They were easy to work with. They paid on time. And so it's just hard to, when you have that continuing work there day in and day out, wouldn't you kill for that right now? Just like if somebody, like in your position, you have somebody kind of like that I think that guy just sent you 3 scripts again this week, right?
He's going to. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, and
it's not great pay, but
yeah. And if you're not working, like you always say, if I'm not working, as long as I'm not, I'll take something on, and as long as it's not ridiculous. But even sometimes you'll take jobs that are kind of like, you would never,
because you'd rather be busy doing something than doing nothing.
Yeah, because
I just think of it like I say like somebody pays me $75 for a local commercial, and some people will say I won't work for that, and that's fine.
Yep,
but I just think, hey, I'll buy
$75 in the coffers.
I'll buy pizza for people tonight. It takes me 10 minutes, 15 minutes to do it. That's easy for me to make that decision, but that's just me.
Yep.
Did you have anything else interesting that happened this week, or?
No, it wasn't too bad of a. What's nice to see is that it wasn't too bad of a week with Labor Day thrown in there.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even think about that.
You never know what you're going to get. Yeah. But we've got some nice responses this week from people, and then nice to have auditions and jobs, and it's. I think one of these, I can't remember exactly who it was, or two of these were recurring jobs, which is, again, those are huge. So that's nice to have it working in a shortened weekend, and see these people that we get to work with see success. Especially, it's nice to get new jobs, but the recurring work is just, you're building that relationship with those people that.
Well, and
you have some people that you work with. I believe there's a company that you work with from India that mom does the invoicing and you talk back and forth, and I think she's even said, if you come out to India or that kind of relationship, that's kind of fun to build.
It is,
and so those kind of relationships are fun to see too, that I think people are building, and it definitely helps give us a good name and give them a good name as voiceover artists.
Well, the good folks who are trusting us for their direct email marketing, just hang in there. I know it's difficult sometimes if you're not getting a lot of warm replies or auditions or jobs, but this week we talked about this, and in fact, Joe sent an email to one of our personal assistant people, and he said, Joe said that he was awake at night, and this guy, which happens with all of us.
Yep.
Your names, the VO Marketing Pro names, we have everybody on a whiteboard, and we go over them every Saturday. And how's this person doing, and what are they thinking, and how can we help them? And Joe was up at night. Not that he woke himself up, he just happened to wake up and thought of this guy and thought of ways that he could help him. And that's what you guys do. You care about this. You belong to a voiceover family. Hudson's one, I'm one. You've been part of it. Yep. Our whole family is. And so I appreciate how you take care of the VOMPers.
Yeah, and like you said, hang in there. There was one audition that came in late this afternoon. We had contacted this company quite a while back, and this person didn't respond to any warm response. They just sent an audition today and said, hope your week's going great, all that kind of stuff. And
it is now.
And so hang in there, because there's emails out there, and they do matter. We say that a lot. They do matter. Just because they didn't send something back initially doesn't mean that they aren't keeping you in mind.
Yes.
So,
all right. On to my numbers, and you'll be encouraged by my numbers this week. I had one warm response this week. I had 0 auditions, 0 new clients, 0 jobs booked, and I did one job on Fiverr for $15.
Okay.
I had 0 jobs on Upwork. So, it's whatever. It's not a big deal. I guess it's the whole reason why we started this podcast, these videos, is to show people the up and down of my, not just mine, but our journeys, but especially mine, as you helped me through it, because there was, over a month ago, I had a $1,500 week, and this week I have $15, which it's not so much discouraging to me as just double down on my efforts, and maybe something's up with, maybe for some reason, Labor Day weekend, I just hit more people that were out of office, or just people who weren't as, or maybe they didn't like my voice. That's whatever. But that's just, it's authentic, and people who are out there who maybe are in the same place as me, don't worry about it. Just keep your nose to the grindstone. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep, going at it. So it's not a big deal, but
Hudson and I were talking today. I took him down for some coffee, and we were talking a little bit about.
You paid probably, right?
I can't afford coffee.
We were talking a little bit about how, I'm leery. It's a pet peeve of mine. VO, VO coaches and stuff and gurus that don't say their numbers, and they probably make a lot more coaching than they do in voiceover, and you don't know if some of them are con men or women. Well, this proves that we're not con men, because we keep telling people, his thing, when you report a $15 week, I mean, there's ways to build this.
To me, it's not even, maybe I should be more embarrassed, but it doesn't bug me in one sense, because I'm looking, at a bigger goal, and you're going to have that from time to time, and to not let that get you down so much, because I could easily get down, especially when you have such a big week like that. For my standards, $1,500 is a big week, and then to go to a week where, and the Fiverr job came in right before we started doing this. So
now you do have 3 scripts for next week, so you'll have a little bit of a chunk coming.
Those will be coming up soon, but I just didn't put those in here because I haven't gotten them yet.
Right.
So I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Well, and VO Marketing Pro is a little bit in the same boat too. We're giving our numbers, and we're seeing it growing, but we just know that it's going to work, and we're going to work. Yep. We're going to keep working hard. And like you said about Joe, that happens to us too. You sometimes wake up and people are on your mind. It's our business, and we really want to help you. And you all come to our mind, those that are watching, and we're working hard, and we'll keep being honest, and we'll keep pushing that boulder up the hill and make it work. So we just know it will.
What about you?
Oh, did you give your? Oh, you had the
ahead.
total $15.
Yeah,
I thought you did some editing.
I did
too
do some
for
edit.
me.
So the caveat sometimes I do with this is Dad talks about my voiceover being, I edit for him. And I did 8 hours of editing for him this week, which ends up being $160. But I have a tendency to look at my own business. I'm very thankful for the ability to do that because $175 is more than $15. But in voiceover alone, my voiceover, I did $15. Now I did 8 hours of.
Yeah.
And so
I get why you're saying that, but I look at it this way. I look at it, you're valuable to me, very valuable to me as a good editor, but you're also you have a skill that you're able to make money at that's very voiceover related. Sure. You're getting to be a better editor all the time. And so that's helping you, especially as you're going to get busier. You're going to need that. You're going to need to be able to do that editing quick, which you can. I mean, you don't need a whole lot of practice because you're fast. But my point is you're skilled at something that's very close. It's part of being a voiceover talent. So that's why I like to include it. I get what you're saying, though.
I include it in my total numbers. I just don't include it because it's not time behind the mic in one sense. And so when I think about that, it's time behind the mic. So let's hear yours.
Okay. So on the, quote, negative side, 2 days ago, I got contacted by a national funeral home company that said, we really like your voice. We'd like you put you forth to the client. It's $5,000 if they have, and it was about 30 minutes of audio. And they said, if there are revisions, we pay $750 an hour for the revision time. Wow. And I thought, great. But it was a very fast turnaround. They liked my sample, but they came back and asked me some technical questions about timing the video to video and having that technology. And I gave them the best answer that I have. I'm not great in tech savvy. Well, I think I lost that job. Pretty sure I lost that job. So that's a $5,000 job that I lost. So that was, I try to be honest because a lot of times it looks rosy. My life looks rosy because of my numbers. But I had several auditions and several warm replies. I didn't have any new clients this week, but my platforms, my Fiverr went nuts this week, and you helped me with that. You run that. $3,364.20, and my direct email marketing was just a little higher, $3,726.70. Got over the $7,000 mark, $7,090.90. $7,090.90 for my week in voiceover.
According to my math, that's just a couple more dollars than I made this week.
Well, yeah, you're just starting out, and
yeah, I know.
Someday, I just know it's going to happen. Someday, you're going to be saying, "Dad, I'm so busy." It's hard to believe, but I remember watching.
I'm waiting for it.
I remember watching Bill DeWeese, and he was having an $8,000 week, and I was making $1,500. I'm thinking, I'll never get there. And so you just got to keep plodding along, doing the same thing over and over again, and you'll be fine. So will the good folks out there, whatever way they do their marketing.
Yep. That has been our numbers for this week. Thanks for checking in. Once again, these videos will be in their own playlists, and you can get to them if you're interested. So thanks again, and we will see you next week. Are you dying to see more content like that? Check out the video over here or subscribe over here. Thanks.